What is good, people? Man is back with another video. Hope everyone's blessed. I know it's cold outside, but as long as you've got good family and good friends, the warmth is always there. You know them ones. So for those of you who are new to the channel, my name's Pete. Thank you for stopping by. And for anybody coming back from my previous videos, I'm just talking about videos now. So anybody coming back from any of those, or any of my new favorite subscribers, my new faithful subscribers. I've got subscribers now. Much appreciation. Lovely to have you and loving the support. So on this channel, we focus on three things: growing, learning, and absolutely, if you know me, there's going to be some laughter. I mean, if you don't know me, watch the video and yeah, you kind of get it. So the focus of the channel really is, I'm very new to the game, and it's going to be me documenting my journey and my first steps on YouTube, and documenting and sharing my experiences, how it's going, tips and tricks I've picked up. So if you're somebody like me who's thinking about it but haven't quite pulled the trigger, maybe that's not the best analogy, haven't quite picked up the camera, then hopefully, yeah, this channel might be for you. There might be a few little nuggets that you can take away. Well, that's the aim anyway, that's the hope. And that's why I set up the channel. So in my last video, I was covering off just some initial basics in terms of my studio, which is not even really a studio. I'm in my office space. I was talking about a little bit about my gear, which again, even the gear is super basic. It's talking about a light, a camera, which is my phone, the laptop, and a mic, and a couple of stands. But that was the first video, just to kind of give people just a flavor in terms of what I've been using. I also covered off a little bit of the challenges that I've been kind of going through in terms of just setting up myself in terms of the filming, making sure I can see myself on another screen, on another monitor. So I was talking about that. And there was also probably like a 10-second Q&A, just a little bit more about me. But other than that, I'll link the video in the description. So if you fancy catching up, by all means, check it out. Would love for you to see some more of my content. So in this video today, what I wanted to do is go through what I'm experiencing. Like, how am I finding it? Like, am I enjoying it? Is YouTube what I thought it was gonna be? And the honest answer is, like, I can't lie, like, it's going very, very well. I mean, even when I say very well, I mean, I'm very much enjoying the experience. Like, you know, when you start the gym, like, you're going 3 times a week, you're banging out the weights, you know, you're eating all the right foods, you're taking the proteins, you're banging down to pre-workout, like, you know, you're really going in and you're loving the experience. Like, you're seeing a couple gains and you're like, yeah, do you know what? This is all right. Yeah, so that's how I'm feeling right about now. Really loving the experience. So I'm not really into the analytics as yet. I mean, again, early days, but I'm very much enjoying the interaction. So by interaction, obviously, people are liking. There's 2 subscribers. Yeah, they're probably the wife and the kids, but we'll take that. We'll take that. We're loving the appreciation wherever we can get it. There's comments coming in, and I'm even seeing people asking for little pieces of information or topic suggestions, and I'm like, all right. Is that okay? Is that how we're moving? So absolutely loving it. And one of the things I'm obviously trying to focus on is keeping the engagement. So all of the comments that I'm seeing, obviously, while there aren't millions of them, I'm making the effort to make sure I respond to them, which I think is basic. I think that's, you know, common courtesy. Like, if I was going to Tesco's, maybe not Tesco's, maybe like a Waitrose or an M&S, yeah, and that old lady came up to me and said, oh, excuse me, sir, your beard is looking quite dapper. And my immediate response is going to be, thank you, love, and your purple rinse is looking fantastic as well. You know that. So just like common basic courtesy, if somebody provides a comment or gives a comment, I mean, for the moment, obviously, I'm only going to be focusing on the positive ones. And then just to give a little something back, a little acknowledgement, to say thank you, or next video's coming, or appreciate the support. So interaction for me, I think, is one of the key things initially that I'm personally trying to focus on. Because it's all about family vibes, isn't it, really? It's all about building that social community. Because obviously if people vibe with you and you're vibing with them, then ultimately you're going to build a stronger connection with people. Actually, do you know what? I even forgot something. In the first video, I was talking about the studio and I was talking about my equipment, and I didn't show none of it. Like, there was no pictures, there was no links in the description. Like, man was just super gassed to be filming YouTube and getting the video up. Like, I even had pictures, I had screenshots, and I was going to link it all, but man kind of dropped the ball and just didn't upload any of that. So my bad. Because actually, yeah, I did see a comment of someone who was like, oh yeah, it'd be good to see what kind of equipment you're using. I was just like, raw, like, man should have popped that in. But anyway, we are where we are. So what I'm going to do, again, every day is a learning day, every day is a school day. Moving forward, I'm going to link all of my equipment in general in the description below. I mean, I have seen that in other YouTubers or content creators videos where bottom of the video, in the description, this is what I'm using, camera, rare. So I'm going to follow suit because I think it's a very good idea. So interactions was the first thing that I think has been really key for me so far in my early kind of stages, just loving people, getting involved. And the second thing that I think I wanted to bring to the table, just in terms of what I've been watching now and previously, is thumbnails. Now, if you don't know what a thumbnail is when you scroll through YouTube, you'll see a picture of something or someone with a title, and that's a thumbnail. Now, if we're all honest, like, you could be scrolling through YouTube for like 20 minutes, like, you know, come like Netflix, and you might not even be looking for anything specific, but you'll come across a thumbnail and you'll be like, do you know what? I don't even know what man's going to be talking about, but it looks kind of interesting. And then boom, you're in. You click in, and then tutus, you're watching the video. But the thumbnail drew you in to click into the video. So at the moment, I'm using Canva, which I've got to say, yeah, fantastic software. It's easy to use. I mean, I reckon probably anybody watching this video has used or seen Canva in some way, shape or form, whether it's to create a birthday card or an invitation. So same thing. So within that software, if you just type in or look for thumbnails, yeah, they've just got a ton of templates. And again, the software is so easy to use. You can use it on your phone, you can use it on your laptop. It's super easy to use. There's elements for days to make it a little bit more creative. The default ones that they've got, spicy, and obviously you can just pop in your own bits and pieces, your own information, and away you go. In actual fact, I did find a channel called vidIQ, and I'm actually going to link it. Now, I'm not even sure whether man should be really linking next man's video so early in the game, but as a new YouTuber, finding good videos is like gold dust. And that was a good one that I found. It was basically starting YouTube in 2025. There was just like so much information on there. Just if you're starting out, from thumbnails to the way that you should be creating your descriptions. Like, see with descriptions, yeah? Like, they're meant to be kind of short, snappy and catchy, but not too like clickbaity. Like, not like you're saying you found the cure to, I don't know what, world hunger, and then you click into the video and man's talking about, his granny's recipe for curry goat. No, not like that. So the title or the descriptions need to obviously link to a degree to your videos. So again, that channel just had so much information. And again, if you're starting out, again, there's so much information out there. If anybody gives you something that worked for them, then why not share it? So we've spoken about interaction in terms of comments and keeping engaged with the community. Thumbnails, again, was the second thing that I thought was absolutely crucial, absolutely critical, in terms of the videos and information that I've seen of people just saying, like, if you want man to click on your video, like, give them something, give them something of interest to pique their interest. So the thumbnails was key. And then the next one, which is possibly the most important of anything on YouTube, is consistency. Now, consistency, if you think about it, I mean, you think about like EastEnders, like Match of the Day, like back in the day, like Dallas and them thing there, like even movies, You know, Harry Potter. You know, it's one of them ones. You know, with Harry Potter, I mean, I know it's not as regular because it's a movie, but it was still kind of consistent. Remember when Harry found out that he had to die? Bro, like, that was a problem. That was a problem. I'm a big man and I was just like, rah, is that how they're moving? But what I'm saying is because they had the series of films, again, like the EastEnders, like the Coronation Street, you become invested because you're watching it all the time, because you know Monday, Wednesday and Friday, you know that program is going to be on. So you're there snuggling up with your popcorn or your protein shake, and you're sitting down ready because you know that your program is coming on, that you've been invested in for however long. And that's obviously the same with YouTube. Like, if you're consistent, it almost doesn't, and I've watched some videos and man's been telling me, like, it doesn't even matter what you put out. Like, as long as you're consistent with your uploads and your filming, like, people will come back to you. Like, I've got to be honest, my wife watches YouTube quite heavily. And one main complaint that she always comes back to me with is her YouTubers that she watches on a regular basis, they're not posting videos. And she's like, nah, do you know what? You're dead to me. And then she'll move on, because the person or the individual or the content that she was watching on a regular basis is now not there anymore. So consistency is key, and that's my number one mission. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I mean, I've got a full-time job, 9 to 5. In fact, not even 9 to 5, 9 to 5:30. I've got a family, I've got kids, I've got a dog, I've got a house. You know what I mean? I've got to cook, I've got to go do a bit of cleaning, I've got to do a bit of DIY. I've got to take the little one sometimes to school, pick her up from football, take her horse riding. And then amongst all of that, yeah, if you didn't know, yeah, I've got a daughter, and yeah, she does horse riding. Mad one. Anyway, but what I'm saying is there's a lot to juggle, and then obviously I've got to fit in the time to record the video, and even before that, I've got to think about what I'm going to record, get that down, record the video, edit the video, and then get it up. And we're talking about, boom, what can I do? Can I do that twice a week? Not sure about that. Can I do that once a week? That sounds like it can be doable. So for me, I'm trying to go in minimum once a week. So again, if you're starting out, I think YouTube is great. And again, 3 videos in, like, man's enjoying the experience. But you need to be ready that if you're somebody that has a busy lifestyle, or you've got a family, or you've got lots of other commitments, like, you need to work this into your process. You need to work this into your list of priorities. And if you can do that and figure out a strategy and figure out a schedule, which, boom, yeah, man's still working on that one. But if you can figure out all of that and it works as just part of your day to day or your week to week, yeah, then you should be good. You should be good. I mean, something that I know a lot of YouTubers do is they record a long video covering multiple topics, and then they just cut it up. So you might do one long video, hour and a half, and then you've got an hour and a half footage, you bang it onto the computer, and then you edit it. And then you've got 3, 4, 5 videos stacked up, ready to go. So that's another thing that I'm hoping to begin doing. I haven't quite managed to get there yet, but I think the more I kind of continue and the more the content begins to grow, that's definitely a strategy. Because I mean, once you get that down, boom, you know, your whole work stream, your workflow is going to be so much quicker. So moving on from consistency is video editing. Whoo! Now that one right there, yeah, that one, yeah, that's a learning curve right there. I mean, I'm reasonably tech savvy, but yeah, if you're not from the editing game in terms of video, yeah, there's going to be a bit of a learning curve. Unless you're either in the industry or you just kind of pick up things like quick. You know, like them like young ones. You know, they just jump onto anything and it's just like, oh, minor thing that. Well, for me, big man, you know, a lot of miles on the clock. But yeah, so it's a process. And in terms of the software, there's loads out there, loads. Now I'm using DaVinci Resolve. Absolutely, yes, it's the free thing. Again, new in the game, you know, so we don't want to blow the budget on high-end software and like, so I'm using the free one and it's fine, it's cool. Similarly, actually, to the thumbnail video, I have probably got 1, 2, maybe 3 videos that I might link in the description. Again, for me, they were great tutorials just to kind of get me started. So again, if it's of interest, I'll link it in. You've got to share it because it's going to make somebody's process to get to where they want to get to quicker. And I'm all about that. DaVinci Resolve, clean interface. The learning curve wasn't that terrible. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There's a couple of times like man's had to start from scratch or where the video and the audio is not syncing and I'm like, what's going on? Or I'm cutting bits of the video out and then I'm going back and I've cut out the wrong bit. Like, you know, certain time, like I'm just like, really? Like, is that how you're moving? Like, but again, all of that will change in time the more I use it. And it's the same with anything. Like even like a mobile phone. Like day one, you're like, oh, how do I send a message? And then boom, you're using Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram like a G. You see me? Now there are other tools out there, of course. I looked at CapCut. I looked at Adobe Premiere Pro. All good. A lot of them, you know, weren't free. So obviously that was a bit of a put off. So, but obviously if you go into YouTube and you type in editing software, again, it will come like when Moses parted the Red Sea. Like there will be video after video after video, just telling you different options and maybe even little tutorials in terms of how they all look, which again actually did lead me to decide to use DaVinci Resolve. So yeah, the editing for me in terms of time, honestly, it's in the hours. Now obviously a couple of hours or an hour or two, that's quite a bit of time. So this is what I'm saying in terms of your investment at the time, like you need to be considerate of it and make sure that you're ready and prepared. But again, them 2 hours I'm spending, for the most part, I'm learning something new. That's a bit of self-development for me. So that's 2 hours or whatever I'm spending on myself in terms of growing, learning and getting better at something. Like, I ain't mad at that. So in terms of editing the videos, what I might do in an upcoming video is talk about maybe some of the ways I'm editing, some of the information I'm receiving in terms of how to increase the production value, you know, adding things like B-roll, adding things like music or effects. So maybe in my upcoming video or one of my upcoming videos, yeah, I'll bring that back to the table and share with you what I've learned. And maybe if I've added some things in a particular video, then I'll just talk about it while the video is rolling so you can kind of get a sense in terms of how it actually looks. Or if I can figure it out, I might do like a little screen share of me using Resolve, something like that, but we'll work something out. So guys, that is it for video number 3. If you stuck around this long, as always, much appreciation, much love. Again, like I said, consistency is the key. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I'm loving the process of being on YouTube. People, as always, much love, much appreciation. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back. People, I'm out.